Hey everyone, I'm super excited to be back. This is going to be a quick little mini episode. This part of the segment might have a slightly different sound quality than the next part because for some reason the audio is muted for the first minute of my recording, but I am determined to get this content to you without further delay. So re-recording the intro to say I've missed you all, but I really didn't want to force myself back onto the mic until I was ready. And the first thing I wanted to share was that I had an excellent night of sleep last night, and that is sort of rare for me, but what I've been doing is fine-tuning my bedtime routine. And last night I feel like it was a particularly good night because I did not force myself to be in front of the television as my way to get away from screen time. I don't know if that makes sense, but I figure watching television is better than scrolling. But the problem is it doesn't always keep my attention. So then I end up scrolling or just being idle in my thoughts and worrying before bed, and it's not a good feeling. I had done a load of laundry earlier in the day and dumped a huge pile onto my bed and was determined to finish that before bed. And so I put on some music, put my phone further away, and got into that laundry chore. And before I knew it, I was giving my body and my mind a chance to power down. That is my intro. Please enjoy the rest of the segment. And again, I've missed you. Thanks for still being here with me. I made a conscious choice to shut down screen time, even including the television. My phone, I had it on with music, but it was nowhere near me so that I wasn't tempted to just scroll and scroll. So I first went in the kitchen and made myself a latte. Well, let me explain the latte because I think you might like it. I feel like tea has so many medicinal purposes, but I just don't really enjoy tea as much as I used to. I enjoyed it a lot as a kid. I have a lot of wonderful memories of making tea at my grandmother's house, drinking peppermint tea, drinking tea when I was sick. But just more recently, I have just become more of a coffee girly, and I just am more of like an iced coffee girly. So for this chamomile, what I did was I did about 8 ounces of boiling water, and I put my chamomile bag in there and I let it steep for somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes because I read that steeping it longer makes it more powerful. So I did that. Once I got done steeping it, I put it into a mug, and then I basically made like a nice foam to go on top. And that was like my A2 milk, it's a cow milk, but it's made with removing one of the enzymes that are hard to digest. So it's really good. I used cinnamon and pumpkin spice and a pinch of salt. And then here's where it goes off the rails, but in a good way, I promise. I added coconut sugar to the tea, which was still hot, and cocoa powder. So as you can imagine, by the end, it just tasted like hot cocoa. And surprisingly, you could not taste the chamomile at all, which was for me by design because I don't really enjoy tea like I used to. So I had that tea and I brought it into my room and I finished my laundry. I had already done the laundry, but it was sitting on top of my bed because I had the intention of, okay, if it's on top of my bed, I'll have to finish this before going to sleep. And I know there have been some nights where I've just moved it onto the floor and said, oh well, but I was determined. So I put on some really good music and I just stood there and sorted and folded and put away laundry, which took me maybe about 30 minutes. And then it was getting a little closer to bedtime, but I still had another 30 minutes to spare. So I started finishing up like my skincare routine, just like my normal bedtime routine. And then I just got comfortable and started reading. I'm reading a good book. I sat and enjoyed the book for a bit. And then when I felt like, I think I feel ready to go to bed, I'm not exactly drowsy, but I think I could sleep, I went ahead and did that. And I think I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, I did have trouble falling asleep, but I did not have those normal interruptions where I'm waking at 2, I'm waking at 4, and I'm upset because I'm not able to fall back asleep. And I just feel that there was something about that hour that helped me slowly signal to my body, we're done for the day. you can start powering down. And even though my thoughts were still a little busy, and like I said, sleep didn't come easily, I feel like I really set myself up for a good night of sleep. And then I woke up feeling really good. Like, even though I was clearly sleeping a little bit when the alarm went off because I could hear it getting louder, once I came to, I felt rested, I felt peaceful, and it really started my day on the right tone. It was just a really good feeling. And so I wanted to share. I'm definitely going to try that same routine again tonight. Unfortunately, there's no laundry to distract me, but I can still make sure that I'm not engrossed in the screen of my phone so close to bedtime. But I wanted to share it with you, especially the hot cocoa kind of situation. I've tried it as a chamomile latte, which was pretty good, but I liked the cocoa a little more with it. Honestly, it might not be easy the first few times you try to switch up your routine, but don't give up. Keep practicing until you figure out what works for you. I just wanted to share that with you all, and I hope it helps someone. I hope tonight, no matter what time it is, later tonight when you do sleep, I hope it is a wonderful night of restful sleep. Thanks for listening.